This video blog today has a lot to do with what is fixing to take place in the next few hours from when I'm standing here right now. Women's Life Fellowship is having its first mentoring training workshop, and I think we have between 25 and 30 ladies signed up to come out and learn how to mentor. I'm really excited about this. So I wanted to just do a video blog that had something connected to it of what I'll be sharing in my short little time that I have to share with the ladies. I always used to say I never really had anyone mentor me. And I think it's because I only had one vision of a mentor in my head. And that was more of like a spiritual mothering mentor. Having been away from home most of my life since I went to college, I always had craved that spiritual mother in my life. And I always felt like, God just never gave that to me. And I look now and I think, how God, brought this ministry and made it such a passion on my heart because it was something I was missing, I was lacking, and how he used that. But I was kind of, not rebuked, but kind of like made aware of something. Last year when I went to the Lifeway Women's Leadership Forum, I took a class on mentoring. And Tammy Heim, who is the president and CEO of Christian Leadership Alliance, was teaching our class. And she taught us about the different phases of mentoring. And it was so encouraging to me because I realized then that I had been mentored and how influential those mentors had been to me. So what I'm going to do to you is I'm going to throw out 4 phases of mentoring. And what I want you to do is I want you to see if you connect to any of those and comment in the boxes below about someone that was that type of mentor to you and how they affected your life. Okay, so there's 4 phases of mentoring. Okay, let me put my glasses on. Okay, the first mentor is a peer mentor. A peer mentor, P-E-E-R. Someone who's in a similar stage of life or leadership as you and is passionate about growing in the same way. So have you had a peer mentor? Now, right now I have a peer mentor. I have 2 peer mentors, and these ladies are very passionate about women's ministry, and we can talk a lot about this, and they challenge me with ideas. So have you had a peer mentor that kind of was same stage of life as you and really helped you along in that stage? Next one, spiritual mentor. A voice of wisdom and counsel who challenges you spiritually, okay? Who would be that person that has been a spiritual mentor to you, that along the way has just given words of wisdom that are totally from a biblical focus? We have lots of girlfriends that give us lots of advice, but they may not be from a biblical focus. But who is that one person that has given you some spiritual advice along the way? I've had a handful of them too. I know my pastor, when I first got out of college, he and his wife were very much this in my life. And he would sit for hours with my husband and I and just let me talk all this stuff in my head. And he would help me try to sort it out. So I definitely had a spiritual mentor as well. Okay, third one, specialized mentor. People who excel in a specific skill or quality that you aspire to. Maybe there's someone that, maybe there's something that you really wanted to do and they are really good at it. And so they kind of mentored you. Now, this is one that I didn't realize I had, but I had. I aspire towards women's ministry. And so for years, I sought out women that were doing ministry at a level that was far beyond anything that I knew about, whether it was through the internet, on the computer, or I'd go to women's conferences. And one of those ladies is definitely Chris Adams, who's the Lifeway Women's Lead Specialist out at Lifeway in Nashville. And she would mentor me via emails. I could type anything to her in a little email, and she would answer that to me because she was doing women's ministry at a level that I haven't even dreamed of yet. So I had one of them too. I've had so many. Okay, the last one, the mentor you'll never meet. The people who write the books that challenge you, the blogs that inspire you, and deliver the messages that equip you. Okay, so these are people that you may never meet, but they are definitely putting into your life. Now, I stand in front of here because I had 2 bookshelves full of mentors. But I'm going to say this, and this will be no surprise to you. Beth Moore was definitely one of these mentors to me. I remember years ago, let me just put it this way. Being a loud type A personality, female in the Christian community wasn't always looked on as a good thing. And so I always felt a little odd and out of place. And I remember when a pastor's wife invited me to view and watch one of her first Bible studies. That's only about 8 or 9 years ago. And I sat there and I was just like, Lord, I said, here is someone that's kind of loud and she cares about hair and makeup, but she's a godly woman. And listen to how she teaches. And I have grown so much over in doing her Bible studies. And it's not like a worship I have of her. It's just like such a gratefulness I have of her. She's definitely one of those mentors to me that I never meet. So, who has mentored you? Have you had a peer mentor, a spiritual mentor, what's the other one? Specialized mentor, or a mentor that you've never met that has really spoken into your life? Share those with me in the comments below, and keep your eye out because you are probably being mentored by people that you don't even realize.